What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. It is the 10th day of March, and here we are sitting at about $1.38. Hit that like button, please. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. We have kicked off this week to the upside on a good note, and we are now wicking down the day so far with 10 hours left in it. It's got more of a wick than it does a body, so this does seem, a little bit discouraging at the moment. But I'm not really too worried about the price. Even if we see a lower low relative to this, we're not really going anywhere, right? I do think that we're at a low point for XRP. I don't believe that we have an excessive amount to the downside to go, and that we will likely see some upside before we do see any kind of excessive downside. I do believe we have a date with destiny to this $2 and above area, something around 2 to 220 up here. We could see that happen sometime between now and the end of April, sometime between now and the end of May. It's not going to be a quick process that takes us up there. It's going to be a long process. Maybe it is quick. Maybe we move sideways and then we get a sudden shift up. Maybe it's like that, and it's quick all of a sudden, all at once, and then we slowly sell off. I don't know. Or maybe it's long and fought for, and we just slowly work our way up. However it works, I do believe that we're going to move up to $2. We'll probably see prices around, if not above, $2 before we see prices below $1. Okay. Bitcoin seems to be moving down. Whew. It is that 14th hour of the day, baby. Time for things to shift. Yeah, I think that we probably do come down a little bit, and that's okay. XRP. 1 hour time frame here, looking at this. The RSI, to me, had a very bullish posturing. Very fought for posturing up here, getting overbought. You got overbought, you're in your uptrend, now you're breaking out of it, so it's time to reset yourself. Reset. This reset can take a day, it can take 2 days, it can take a few days, but likely within this week we should see some type of a reset back of this oversold, and then we can try again later. Okay. With that, I'm not really expecting a lower low here. Maybe just a retracement based off of this move here. We hit the 382, went to the 236. Let's call for $1.35.8, $1.35.1, somewhere in there for support. Maybe even $1.37. We're at $1.38 now, so it's really not that dramatic at all. 4 hour time frame, we look at this. The RSI, it's not at the highest levels that we've seen it find resistance, right? But here you have found resistance, in proximity to this area a few times, so that's fine. Come down, get oversold, whatever, find a higher low, whatever. But I do assume that on the next attempt up that we make, we'll probably get overbought. And let's see, the way that I have that drawn, that would be over the weekend. Maybe not the weekend, but maybe sometime next week we can start to think about prices that are above $1.50. I don't think that we're going to do too much between now and the end of the week. We'll probably close this week right around where we are now, move down, move back up, whatever, and then close the week. We're not going to move too far away from this zone. Stochastics hit the overbought zone. Whenever they hit the overbought zone before, we were right there. Whenever we hit the overbought zone before, we were right there and right there and right there. We're just at relative highs all the time. So relative high here, come down. Can we go lower than anything I've expected? Sure. Or anything that I've called for? Sure, we can. And if we were to go lower, where might we go? I don't think that we go below this low. I don't think that we go below this low. But even if we do, maybe we find support at $1.30 to $1.26. At the worst, $1.17 to $1.22. Okay? But I don't know if we go that low. I'm not expecting that personally. We could go to $1.30, and it is possible. This was kind of a weak reaction compared to some of these other reactions here that we're looking at, in comparison with this stochastics being overbought. We'll see. Maybe we do sell off a little bit. Maybe we do. $1.30 or lower. I don't know how to feel about it. If we bounce at $1.35, if we bounce at $1.17, whatever, somewhere in that range. I just don't think that we go too dramatically lower from here. We're not going to see anything too exciting to the upside or downside probably until next week. And I do expect the upside will be the exciting thing, not the downside. You had a little bit of bullish divergence. All right, you had these lower lows here in your price. You had higher lows in your histogram, but to no avail. It doesn't really matter. The MACD is less reliable when you're choppy and sideways like that. The daily RSI, what I will say, one of the positive things here is that you are seeming to fight this 50 level. You're consistently coming up and trying to test this area, and that's nice to see. We want to get you above the 50 though. Okay. You've contested it before and tried and still failed, and then you had to try again later, whatever. I'd prefer it if we didn't come down, but even if we do, let's imagine the worst happens. Even if we do come down, you're in a good position where you can get some bullish divergence going on your daily time frame. Stochastics are not going to be reliable because we're choppy and sideways. Same thing with the MACD. So we're just in a wait and see environment. I think it's very obvious that XRP is at a prime time to buy. It's definitely a great time to buy XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, any all of your favorite cryptos. It's a really good time to get in. Absolutely, it is. With that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little bit of selling off today. Maybe even going into the next couple of days. We'll see. But sometime next week, XRP I should say, come to life a little bit. And again, from this zone, whatever we're doing, I'm expecting we break out to the upside and we'll go up to this $1.90 to $2.20 area. From there, we will find resistance. We will likely come down, begin our final descent in the bear market madness, and see prices just below $1. That will likely be the end of the bear market for XRP, and we will likely start to recover from there. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.